I forgot to mention that one of the cool features when you use automatic registration as well, well, in general, but especially when you use automatic registration, is another feature of FakeXrm called plugin step registration validation. And what that is basically validates that when you try to register a plugin step, that registration is actually possible. Pretty much like if you wanted to do the same through, for example, plugin registration, if you try to register a plugin against the pre-operation of the create message, but asynchronously, that, for example, is not possible because you cannot make anything run asynchronously before the actual thing is created. So this is one example that will give an error when using plugin registration. And the point of using plugin steps registration validations is to be able to mimic that same behavior, but right from when you're developing the plugin. So in this case, it's using automatic registration, and all these tests are green, are passing, are fine. But what happens, for example, if by accident or I change this to asynchronous, for example? So then if I run this again, what I would see just right from the same very moment when I was making the change, that this now is failing. And it's failing. Why is failing? Because actually I tried to register something that is not valid, invalid plugin step registration exception. This is really cool because again, I have to wait for plugin registration tool to tell me this is not possible. Right from the very same moment I'm making the change, I'll be able to see it. So again, this saves time, saves possible errors, and saves headaches. If I go back to synchronous, obviously this will be running fine. And again, this is just one of the examples. There are other exceptions. For example, trying to register messages that you cannot use to register plugins, and so on. Or also trying to, for the same for plugin images, maybe it's not possible to just register some images for some messages or some combinations of those messages and images. So the same thing. Okay, I hope that was useful. And see you in the next video.